Hey viewers, hey subscribers, and welcome back to my channel, All Things Aquarian, you guys. Good morning and happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. So I'm back, and I'm here to do a few readings this morning before I get started doing other things. For the people that missed out yesterday, now's the time. Now is your time to shine and hop on into the live stream. I need to keep scissors. That's what I need to do. I need to keep scissors up here. Let me know if you guys can hear me. If I need to turn my volume up, I will. I feel like, yeah, I feel like it's up, but I just want to make sure everybody can hear me before I get started. So if you are new to the channel, please thumbs up the live stream, you guys. Please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell in the top right corner of your screen as well. All right. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and give everybody a few minutes to hop on in before I start, you know, pulling cards and whatnot. I'm gonna give everybody a few minutes. I want y'all to see this. I have two decks here, two tarot decks. And the reason I have two tarot decks is because literally that's all you really need is one or two tarot decks. And the reason I have two is because I get different questions. So for me personally, this is for me. Every tarot reader is different. They do their things different. Whoop-de-doo. But for me, when there's love questions, I like to use love-related tarot and oracle decks. And when there's just general questions, I like to use a straightforward Rider-Waite tarot deck. That's how I like to do it. To each their own. But I know some of y'all were like kind of asking about why I feel like buying a whole lot of tarot and oracle decks is a waste of money, because it is. It really is. You don't need 50 tarot decks. You don't. Because you have a thing for cute little pictures or whatever your little knack is, whatever. That's fine. But it gets to a point where it's like, okay, do I really need to purchase this? No, you don't. So for those of you guys who are just starting out in tarot, or you're trying to learn to read tarot on your own, don't feel pressured to buy this oracle deck and that oracle deck and this tarot deck and that tarot deck. Get you a good plain Rider-Waite tarot deck that's very easy to read. I have another one, but my rabbit had chewed it. I don't know where I put it. Anyway, this is the one that I mostly use. And then the other one that I use, it has a little bit of a darker color to it. That's why I don't use it too much, because I don't really care for the darker color. But this is a regular, when I say a regular Rider-Waite tarot deck, these regular ones are just original, like the original tarot cards. There's not a whole bunch of imagery. There's not a whole bunch of different pictures in it. It's just they're regular tarot cards, if that makes sense. So when you have different tarot deck creators, they create their decks differently. And I'll show y'all, I'll give y'all an example of what that looks like. So keep in mind, this is a regular one, right? This is a regular one. Let me show you one that is a little bit more complex, to give you an example. Now I'm just tearing up. I'm tearing up everything, y'all. Hold on. I don't know what this is. Hang on a second. Okay. 2, 3. Okay, so I got 3, so y'all can see like the difference between a regular Rider-Waite tarot deck and a tarot deck that's just got a lot going on. So this is my Santa Muerte tarot deck. So this is a you can see very much heavy Mexican influence in this tarot deck, and you can also see Book of the Dead is at the top here. Book of the Dead. So this is very much related to the energy of death, but it's created in the same format. All tarot decks use like the same format per se. So when I say the same format, there's 27 minor arcana, and then there's, I forget how many majors there are, but let me show you so you can see. Right, so like these are, yeah, so in these you're gonna see pictures of skeletons because like I said, it's the theme is death. It's the Book of the Dead, right? So all of these mostly are, you see the pictures, they're gonna have skeletons in them. Hey, if you're new to the channel, welcome you guys. Please thumbs up the live stream. Feel free to hit that notification bell in the top right corner of your screen and let me know where y'all watching from. But you see how like skeleton, you see it, which this is actually one of my favorite decks and I haven't used it in a while because it's so smooth and because it's fun. It's very colorful. Like I said, heavy Mexican and Spanish influence, but it's very colorful. So you see it, right? So to somebody who just started learning tarot, this could be very confusing for them because they're like, now I know, right? That could be very confusing. And then this is my Fountain tarot deck, and this deck right here is very abstract. It's a very abstract deck. Let me turn it around on the back so y'all can see. It's a very abstract deck. It's very colorful, but it definitely inspires you to use your intuition. Let me show y'all, which is why I don't use it a lot, because sometimes it's great to, it is great for abstract situations, and then there's other times where you want to get straight to the point. It comes with a little booklet. Let me show you. The Star, for example. This looks nothing like the Star in regular Rider-Waite tarot. Nothing like it. See what I'm saying? So the more you read tarot, the more you practice the craft, the more intuitive you become, and the more you're able to pick up on intuitive messages through the cards, through the images, right? The images tell a story, and that's why the illustrators of tarot decks have to be very mindful of how they're depicting that card, because the cards convey a message to the reader as well as to the person who's asking the question, right? So if you're asking me a question and I pull this card, you're going to wonder, what does that star card mean? You know what I mean? So like this is the Chariot. This is the Chariot, you see? And there's light and dark aspects representing the shadow and light self. Hi, Anita. Welcome back. Glad to see you. Eight of Wands, communication, fast action. It's fire energy. You see the high beams, the high energy here. It represents fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarian energy, right? You've got the cups here. This is what, the 7 or 8 of cups? 9 of cups. This is 9 of cups. You see the tower card here. Looks nothing like a traditional tower card, yet you see the flower. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Same with the High Priestess card. It's kind of similar, but it's kind of different. And I like that this artist was very creative in the way that they made this deck. That's what I love about this deck. It's very creative. Very, very creative. Very abstract. Hey everybody, if you're new to the channel, welcome you guys. Please feel free to subscribe. Please thumbs up the live stream, you guys. I'm waiting for a few people to hop in. I plan to do at least 5 free readings today, this morning, but I gotta wait until everybody gets in here. So if you're wanting a reading, you need to drop a pink heart in the chat and then we'll get started. All right. Thank you guys so much for all the love, all the likes. Also, donations are priority. So if you donate for a reading, you can send a super chat, Cash App, PayPal, and you'll get bumped to the very top of the list. All right. So I'm just waiting for everybody. I'm building a list, Anita. So if you want a reading, drop a pink heart so I know that to add you to the list, okay? But I'm explaining to people how different tarot decks have different, they carry different energy based on the illustrations and the author of that tarot deck. But all tarot decks in general have that same format because you have, I think it's, I don't remember how many minors. I want to say 22 minor arcana, and then I think it's 27 major. There's 78 cards total. There's 78 cards total in the tarot. In a traditional tarot deck, there are 78 cards, and I believe 22, yes, 22 is minor and 26 is major, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you, Anita. Thank you for the donation. I'm just waiting for a few more people to hop into the live stream, and I got you. And I got you. I'm just making a quick list real quick. Hang on. Why does it say whiteboard? I don't know. But we're gonna play with it. I don't like this one. Hold on, we're gonna click out of that. We're gonna go back here and we're gonna do a notebook so I can just delete it when I'm ready. We're gonna do a blank page and we're gonna create it. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I think I already have, delete this. I think I already have live streams. Live streams. There we go. Okay. So let me do a list. So Anita, you're the first person on my list. I'm gonna write you on here. Anita, you're the first person, so there we go, Anita. And so then we'll just go on down to the next person. I like pink, so we're gonna change my font color to pink because that's my favorite color. pink. Okay. All right, y'all. So who's next in the live stream? Who's next? Who is next? So Anita, your question is, who will you marry? Just one question. Who will you marry? Right? That's kind of a complicated question because it's like, I mean, are you dating someone to marry? Let's start there. How will you know him? You'll know once you start dating him that he's the person. So I think the real question is, will you get love marriage? I think that's the real question. Okay. Will you find someone that wants to settle down and be married? I mean, anything's possible, you know? All right, y'all. So, I'm just waiting for a few more people to hop in, okay? But as I was stating with the tarot decks and stuff, so like for that type of question that you ask, like, will you find love or marriage? I have a love, you see what I'm saying? I have love decks. So like this one, I have a few more that are like tarot decks for relationship type of questions, if that makes sense. This one I have, y'all have so many decks. Let me see, not this one. But yeah, like I have different decks. Oh, here's one. Here's one. This angels. This is a relationship deck. So this one, angels of romance. Yeah. Angels of romance. So, but I'm going to rephrase that question when I ask it, like, Spirit, what does Anita need to know in regards to love and marriage? What does she need to focus on in regards to love and marriage? That way you have a direct answer. It's not going to tell you who you're going to marry. It's not how tarot works. You will know the person that you're going to marry once you find that person. You actually start to get to know each other. You guys talk and date for an extended amount of time. And you see things, your relationship starts to deepen as you go. Because relationships are in steps, right? First, you got to meet the person. Let's start at scratch, at ground zero. You have to meet the person. You guys have to have mutual interest, right? It has to be a mutual thing where you both like each other. You got to make sure you both like each other, because if you don't like each other, it's already off to a bad start, right? So, you gotta like each other. And then after that, right, there's some type of courting or dating, depending on what your culture is, where you're from. Like, you're taking time to getting to know this person, their hobbies, their interests, their career, their goals, right, their morals, if they have any, or if they don't. You're getting to take the time to know about each other, right? Your family history, what was your childhood like? All of those things play a factor in a relationship. It's very important because a lot of times people love to say, oh, don't worry about my past. But it's important to know a little bit about the past, because the past shapes the present, and it also helps to shape the future. If somebody has a past record of being irresponsible, the track record says going forward, that is their pattern of behavior. This is probably a red flag. You might want to go ahead and drop this now, right? That's just like a background check. The whole point of a background check is to give you an idea of what type of person this is. Is this person a criminal? Could be. Could be. Or it could just be a one-time situation from when they were 16 years old and now they're 45. and maybe they had gotten some trouble at school and they vandalized the property, so they got a little misdemeanor charge for that. Never been in trouble since. See what I'm saying? But then you have a person who's got aggravated assault, battery, attempted robbery, attempted murder. You have this type of individual is definitely somebody that you don't want to be in your vicinity. You don't want around you, because apparently they have a track record of criminal activity. So, you know. Right, so the first step, Anita, is going to be that you're going to have to start dating first. You're not going to find love and marriage like that. It's not a magical thing that happens. You have to actually start dating and talking to people. So that's going to have to happen. If you're single and you're wanting to be in a relationship, the best thing you can do is focus on your life. Enjoy your life in the present. Yes, start to date and talk to people of the opposite sex, but don't focus so much on it, because it'll either one of two things. It'll either consume you or it'll distract you from your goals, because you're so focused on having a man in your life. You're so focused on having a relationship or having a partner. Oh, I have everything else, but I don't have a guy. I don't have a man. I don't have somebody to protect me and provide for me. You're fine. You're not dying. You're just fine, unmarried. Your life is great, unmarried. You're not worried about catering to a man and what his needs are. You're not worried about catering to a baby, constantly waking up early in the morning, changing diapers, giving a bath, feedings. You're not worn out and tired because you were up all night with a screaming child, on top of having to make dinner and wash dishes for a man who doesn't want to do it himself. Like, people tend to, I think a lot of times women tend to glamorize the married life. Like, this is the ultimate goal, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. You're an entire person as a woman outside of a man and outside of children. You have a life outside of those things. So, first things first, what do you want to do with your life? What are your goals outside of marriage and children? His actions, you'll find out when you start dating. When you start dating the man, you'll know if that's the man for you, because he's going to let you know. He's going to let you know how he feels. That's how you're going to know. Marriage has its perks, but it also has its struggles. It's like, you know what I mean? It's one of those things that it requires a lot of patience, and it requires a lot of selflessness, sleepless nights. Sometimes you're just like, I don't feel like doing this, but I'm going to do it type thing. So you just have to be prepared. Because men have a totally different way of looking at things than we do. They do. Most men go into relationships and marriages because it's convenient for them. It's convenient for them. They want somebody to cater to them. They want somebody who can have their children. They want somebody who can wash their clothes. They want somebody who can cook for them, clean for them. Women go into it a lot of times because it's like, oh, I want to be in love with somebody. Men see things totally different than what we see. You know? Totally different. I can't see. Hey, I can't see your screen name. Is it Philia? Philia? Welcome to my channel. If you're new, please thumbs up the live stream and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you for hopping in. Anybody who's hopping into the live stream, just a quick heads up. I say this every time I go live. If you're wanting a reading, please drop a pink heart, okay? Anita, I'm going to go ahead and start your reading. Anybody else hopping in, please drop a pink heart into the chat. Really simple, okay? Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up the live stream, you guys. Thank you so much. All right, Philia, Anita. Spirit, what does Anita need to know in regards to love? Let me move these decks over. Thank you, Anita, for the example. Drop a pink heart in the live chat if you're wanting a reading, you guys. What does she need to know about love and marriage, Spirit? Anita. Broken promises. Don't put your stock in what's being said by a man. Never trust what he says. Trust what he does. Because men do a lot of this. So he may tell you, oh, I think you're such a nice person, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what is he doing about it? That's how you're going to know, Anita. That's how you're going to know the one for you. Because the one for you is going to make it very clear that they're interested in you. They're going to treat you with care and concern. They're going to consistently show up for you. They're going to call. They're going to message, email, however you guys message, text message. You know, they're going to show up consistently for you. It's not going to be you guessing, okay? Clearing up a breakthrough, new clarity, and truths express, okay? So, if there is a little hiccup or whatever, this person, Spirit's wanting you to know that this person will be clear with you if they're serious with you. But if the person is in lust with you, and you have to watch out for this, if they're in lust with you, they're going to sweet talk you. They're going to tell you all of the things that sound good. And this is why I said pay attention to actions, not words. They will tell you just anything that they think you want to hear. But when it comes time to actually follow through or plan dates or whatever, it's going to be like, where is he? You know, the man is MIA type of thing. So you got to pay attention to what the person is showing you. We have circle of support. As for support from your family and friends, yes, people who are closest to you, like your mom, your dad, your siblings, older siblings who may be married, or close friends who are married or in relationships, get a little advice. You gain wisdom from people who've been through the experience, and they're better equipped to tell you, okay, these are some of the things you might want to look for. Okay, that's what Spirit wants you to know in regards to finding your person. Okay, a little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah, so we have Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is like somebody who's only here for a good time. Six of Swords, relief, moving on. Yeah, so be aware of meeting guys who are not really ready to settle down just yet. They're not ready for marriage. They're just looking for a good time. You'll know because they don't show up consistently. It's half-hearted. Their energy is half-hearted. So Spirit says to be mindful of that. As soon as you see that type of behavior, just go ahead and move on. Go ahead and move on. The Tower. Love will come to you when you least expect it with this Tower card. You can't focus on it. Also, do you travel? Do you go to other places? The world. Sometimes your soulmate or your significant other is in a totally different state, country, or city than you are. And only thinking about people who look like you, who have the same religious background as you, who went to the same schools as you, can keep you in a it's like it can keep you stuck in a box because these are the only types of people that you think of when you think of love. But love has no bounds. Love has no bounds. So if you're Indian, your partner could be, they could be Russian. They could be African. They could be anything. So don't limit yourself to who you could potentially fall in love with. You don't know. Spirit says to stay positive and to stay optimistic. Okay. Also, the person who is made for you, Anita, that person will find a way to work with you. They will find a way to make time to see you, to sit down and maybe have a meal with you, to have a discussion with you over the phone. Like they want to be in your presence, or they want you to be in their presence. They want to be together so they can feel that energy. They can feel that chemistry. Okay. That's how you'll know if it's the right person or not. The wrong person, you don't have to really worry about too much because they're going to show you they're the wrong person. They're going to be overly sexual. They're going to be very aggressive. They're going to be very much like talking about things that you're not talking about. They won't be in alignment because they'll only be there to have a good time. It won't be a serious situation. Okay. All right, Philia. What is you can go ahead and drop your question, Philia. Thank you for the donation, Anita. Very much appreciate it. Philia, you can drop your question. General. All right. You're welcome. All right, Spirit. General love messages for Philia and Eric. Five of Swords was the first card that came out. Five of Swords. Somebody here in this connection, Philia, could kind of feel mentally overwhelmed. I don't know if you have some stuff that you're dealing with. It could be a little bit stressful outside of your connection with Eric. Or sometimes you guys don't always see eye to eye on things. So sometimes that can kind of cause a mental strain. Like you feel like, here we go again type thing. Because the Five of Swords is kind of like feeling mental defeat. Feeling like you want to give up on a situation because you just feel like it's wasting your time. You feel like you get tired of bringing up the same situations or having the same conversations with this person. They're not getting it. When it comes to certain things, not everything, but when it comes to certain topics, it's like you may feel like you're not getting anywhere. Ace of Cups, but it fell out in the reverse. So there could be a lack of emotional maturity here. It could be a lack of emotional intelligence here on his part, where he doesn't always consider your feelings in certain, like the way that maybe he says things or does things sometimes. He may not be the most like emotionally in tune type of person. And this relationship could be fairly new. Like you guys may not have been together very long. If that makes sense. You guys may not have been together very long. Because I have the Ace of Cups here. But it's in the reverse. Five of Wands. There could be some conflict coming up between you guys. Some challenges that you guys are going to have to talk out in order for this to work. So that you're not feeling like stuck in a situation where you're not happy. You're not happy with how you're being treated, how you're being spoken to, the lack of empathy, the lack of emotional intelligence. Like, Spirit says to put you first. the Queen of Cups here. Put your needs first, Filio. And stop being so nice. Stop trying to be so nice. Stop trying to make him happy. You also deserve to be happy. Okay? 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups. If this is what's going on, like where sometimes, and it's not all the time, it's sometimes, it's some situations where you kind of like don't feel acknowledged or heard or seen in the relationship, and that's really important. So 5 of Cups, in order to prevent feeling like regrets or like, man, I wish we never had got together because now I feel like this, blah blah blah, have a conversation about it. Express how you feel to your person so they know how you feel, so that they can fix their behavior, so they can change it and work on things. Because, you know, the thing is, we can't fix something that we don't know about, if that makes sense. Right? And the person may actually apologize because they didn't even know that you were feeling that way. So, yeah. But Spirit says you need to put yourself, because you're such a loving and giving person and you want to help and you want to reach out and you want to give in all of this, pull back a little bit and allow him to come forward. Allow him to do more than what he's doing. You shouldn't have to bear the bulk of the relationship on your shoulders. Relationships are a two-way street. It should not just be one person giving and the other person taking. That's not how that works. There needs to be a mutual reciprocal energy in order for it to be balanced. So you're giving, they should be giving. You're also receiving, they're also receiving some type of benefit from the connection as well. So that's what Spirit wants you to know. Okay? But pour more into you. Do things that really boost your confidence more. Go out more. Buy you more nice clothes, makeup, jewelry, things that you really enjoy. If those are things that you enjoy. Spend more time with your family and friends. A lot of times when you're in a relationship with a man, sometimes you forget that there's actually community outside of him. You have an entire community of love and support of other people. You have friends, you have family. You have, some people even have their coworkers. Some people have, you know, people they went to high school with or whatever. You have a whole entire community outside of that man that loves and supports you. So don't ever forget that. Okay? That's what Spirit wants you to know. Eric may actually give you an apology for something that he said in kind of a harsh way. He didn't mean it that way, but it came across that way. So, and if that did happen, you need to let him know how you feel about it. You're welcome. Thanks for hopping in. Hey, Millie. Hey, girl, hey. I told y'all I was going to be live this morning. Because people love to try to keep me on a live stream late in the evening, and I got time for it. I have homework to do. That's why I have my iPad up here, because I have homework to do. Also, you guys, anybody who is interested in getting a reading, oh, thank you, Millie. I appreciate that compliment. Anybody who's interested in getting a reading, please drop a pink heart in the chat and I'll add you to the list. I've got room for probably like 2, maybe 3 more people, 2 or 3 more people. We'll see. I just try to be helpful to people. Life is hard enough, so, you know, if I can be helpful to someone or offer helpful advice, then I try to do that. Be a blessing to people. Come on, y'all. I'm waiting for other folks to, I'll wait for a couple more folks to enter the live stream. because are people sleep late? I guess because it's Sunday. It's a Sunday. Y'all, this deck is so pretty. I love the colors of this deck. I really do. See the colors? The Muse. Yeah, it is actually a little bit sunny here in Missouri. But it's cold outside. It's cold outside. It's January. And it's not as cold as I thought it would be to be January, but it is a little, the sun is out today, but it is cold. That's why I'm wearing a sweater. It is cold outside. Now watch, my birthday is not this week coming up, but the next week. Birthday is next Friday. Watch it be cold. Watch it be cold. Cause that's just my luck, you know? That's just my luck in life. That's just my lucky life. It comes with being a winter baby, I guess. Thank you. Water and skincare routine. This water that I'm drinking has electrolytes in it. I get electrolyte packets and I put it in my water, because if you just drink a lot of water, you end up flushing out beneficial things from your body if you're not replenishing minerals that your body needs from just regular water. I've also been eating more greens, like kale and spinach and stuff like that too. Greens are good for your skin and they're good for your gut. Good for your heart too. Fiber. Thank you, Millie. No, but I personally made it my business this year, 2026, to really focus on my health. I'll be 39 years old this month. And my family has a history of heart issues. Like my grandfather, he had an enlarged heart. My mom has an enlarged heart. I don't know if it's hereditary. I don't know. But I really want to take really, really great care of my health as much as possible. Stay active, be in the gym, moving around, all of those things, so that I can be on this earth a little bit longer, just a little bit longer. You know, as soon as you start getting older, that's when all the health things start to kick in. But I will say, for the most part, growing up, I was pretty healthy. Like I'm not a very sickly person. I've never been a very sickly person. And we were pretty active too. Yeah, definitely. People don't realize the importance of eating healthy and then like not doing all that drinking and smoking, because cigarettes are harmful. Now, I'm not going to say too much about smoking the other, because to each their own. But I feel like anything that you do excessively, like if you have to smoke every day, no. Oh, I hope you feel better, Millie. Yeah. Yeah, we do. We take our bodies for granted. We be eating nonsense that we know better. A lot of sugar is not good for you. And in the United States, they put sugar in everything. So much sugar in everything. So you have to train your body to undo that, because you don't need all that sugar. And then even like when it comes to eating, people in the United States overeat. Yeah. They overeat. People in the United States, because, well, I don't know where you're from, Millie, but here they're always advertising, like, you know, like, oh, you can get a double cheeseburger. Why do you need a double cheeseburger? Why can't you just have a regular burger and a few fries? Why does it have to be a double bacon cheeseburger with a bunch of cheese on it? Bad for your heart. Will raise your cholesterol level. High in sodium. Bad sodium. There's good sodium and there's bad sodium. Right? All this stuff. And then it's excessive. And then they wonder why their kids are overweight in school, or they struggle with weight issues all throughout high school, because all of this food is high in fat, it's high in cholesterol, it's high in sugar. Also, sugar feeds cancer. They know this, and they continue to put a bunch of sugar in all of the food products. So once you get cancer, and smoking activates it. Blood pressure, yes. Which is another reason why a lot of times doctors will take people off of like pork, because it's very high in sodium and it raises your blood pressure. It causes headaches and so many other things, right? Yes, and it can fail your kidneys. So if you have a diet that's very high in sodium, it can also cause fluid retention. So you have to learn to like balance out like sweet and sodium. Right, your kidneys can't filter all that. I had, yes, a lot of the unhealthy sugars. So instead of giving kids like Doritos and juices with a lot of red 40 dye and sugar and stuff in it, they can give them fruits. Like my nephews, I love that my nephews love fruits. They love fruit. They love raspberries and strawberries and bananas. Yes. Yeah, balance. And then drinking water instead of drinking soda and juice and tea. Like water. Water. All that sugar is bad for your teeth. Constantly drinking something that's sugary all the time is bad for your teeth. They love vegetables too if you raise them to eat the vegetables. They'll eat carrots and peas and broccoli. Kids will eat it if you raise them to eat it. A lot of kids are only picky and they only want to eat chicken nuggets because that's what the parents give them. You know what I mean? But if the parents feed them real food, they'll eat real food. I loved green beans when I was growing up. I never had a problem with eating with green beans. Now, beets have like a really earthy taste to them. And now as an adult, if I eat beets, I have to have like greens or meat or something with it because it takes that earthy flavor out. Hi, Kelsey. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, please subscribe. If you like a quick reading, feel free to either send a super chat or you can drop a pink heart down in the chat. But yeah, people, even with adults, I find for myself, I've been slowly trying to wean myself off of so much sugar. So at work, I'll drink these waters. They're called Propels. So there's no sugar. There's no sugar. I think the sweetener is stevia, I think the sweetener is stevia, if I'm not mistaken. It could be sucralose. I don't remember. But there's no sugar, so there's no calories. Sugars create calories. Lots of calories. The more sugar, the more calories, unfortunately. So learning to do without, I won't say to do without, but learning, like you said, Millie, the balance, learning to balance. Like if you have something sweet, you also need to exercise. You also need to be physically active, even if you're just walking, even if you're not doing a whole workout. You know what I mean? Hey, Charlie. Yes, I do. I do yes or no questions as well. Welcome to the channel. Please subscribe and thumbs up the live stream. But yeah, working out, being active, getting outside with your kids, Minimizing how often you eat. You don't need to eat all day long. You don't. Now you have people who are grazers, like they lightly snack. They might snack on some cashews or something, you know, something small, but you don't need to eat all day long. You don't. That's a common misconception. You don't. And that's how people gain weight, because they eat these big, huge meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then there's no physical activity to burn those calories off. Like, you're just eating food and it's just piling up, and then people will go back for seconds and thirds. You don't need that much food. Yeah, reading is fundamental. There is a literacy crisis in the United States. Most adults cannot read past a 6th grade level because they don't read. Everybody's scrolling on phones, on the internet, on the computer. So a lot of times they can't even catch on to context clues. You have to explain a joke because it's not computing. So reading is fundamental. I wish more people would read. When I was a kid, going to the library was a constant thing. We went to the library all the time when I was in school. My mom took us to the library all the time as children. Love reading. I still love reading. I have books up here. Like, I love reading. It's just a thing. But if you're not taught to enjoy reading, you have a harder time, especially if your attention span is very short. You don't have, like, a child has to learn how to have an imagination, like to imagine, how to picture. Can you see it in your mind? Like, you see the little boy getting on his tricycle and riding the bike. You know what I mean? Like, you're reading that in a book, but you're imagining it. It's something that you have to learn as a child to develop an imagination, which children are very impressionable at an early age. So if you teach them early, you can help them with it. But that's just the part. You got to teach them how to do it. Hey, everybody. If you're new, hey, and welcome to the channel, you guys. Thank y'all so much for being here. And thank you guys so much for all the likes, the thumbs up, the subscribes. If you're wanting to read in, please drop a heart down in the chat box. If you want to get a quick reading and you want it done now, send a donation, Cash App, PayPal, or Super Chat, whatever you prefer. I do have Super Chat here, just so y'all know, okay? And the Super Chat button is right there, so you can push it. But yeah, reading is so fundamental. Reading is so important. I used to enjoy, my favorite subject in school was spelling. Favorite. Love messages. And I have hang on, Millie. Let me grab I have a, what do you call it? I have a lover's oracle. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. I have a lover's oracle. Is it up here? No. Where the Wild Things Are. I've never heard of that book before. Okay. Spirit, love messages. Love messages for Millie. So you guys, you have the option of either dropping a pink heart in the chat. I still have room for 2 more people. So if you want a quick reading, just drop a pink heart in the chat. Never heard of that, Where the Wild Things Are. Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine. We have childhood wounds. So you could have a Divine Masculine, Millie, in your energy, who has some childhood wounds. And he hasn't healed those things. He hasn't worked through whatever trauma he went through as a child. And so he projects that onto you. He projects that onto you. Yeah, divine feminine. Yeah, Spirit saying this is your situation. Between you and a divine masculine in your life, this person has some childhood issues. I have omens here on the bottom of the deck, and I believe that omens are signs. I'm gonna look and see. Hang on. I believe, because I don't want to assume, but let me look. Let's see. What is an omen? What is an omen? Omens are events or signs believed to predict the future. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It says omens are events or signs believed to predict the future, ranging from natural phenomena like eclipses to specific actions, often culturally dependent. Examples include spilling salt, bad luck fixed with throwing over the shoulder, a black cat crossing your path, which is bad luck. Yes, crow or raven. A shooting star, which I've seen one of those before recently. Wish fulfillment. An itchy palm, money coming in. A broken mirror, 7 years of bad luck. Birds. Certain bird behaviors or appearances can be significant. So if you've seen one recently, Spirit's letting you know or warning you of something. Sneezing while someone is leaving can be a sign of ill fortune. Itchy palms, knocking on wood, a common action to prevent bad luck from striking after fate. Tempting fate. Eclipses, rings around the moon, early squirrels gathering nuts. So omens are signs. It's a sign from the divine, okay? Angel numbers, I would say, could be considered an omen. They mean something. Like you said, ravens or crows, owls, deer, certain animals that you see, those they're omens, they're signs. Bees are signs, ladybugs are signs, butterflies, they're signs. Especially if you haven't seen them in a while and then all of a sudden you start seeing them, they're signs. Akashic records. I gotta look that one up because I want to say the Akashic records are like really deep information on a spiritual level, and I don't remember what they are. Let's see. Akashic records. A universal non-physical library or database holding the energetic imprint of every thought, feeling, and potential future for every soul and entity in existence. Accessible through deep meditation or spiritual practices. Almost like a cosmic Wi-Fi network for profound insight into one's soul history, karmic patterns, and life purpose. Acting as a timeless, non-judgmental record of all reality. So the Akashic records is a universal memory. Akasha means ether. The term comes from Sanskrit, from sky or ether, suggesting these records exist in a non-physical energetic plane, soul's history. So I learned something new today as well. Didn't know that. So basically, Spirit's saying here, Millie, that the divine masculine that you're trying to get away from, aka the ex, right? This was written in your Akashic records. You were going to have to deal with this individual, but it was also written in his too, that he was going to have to meet you in this lifetime. And you know the things that we call soul contracts? That's what this is reminding me of. So since from a very beginning, since before you entered your mother's womb, before you came into the physical realm, right? As a physical body, as an embryo, the spiritual, the soul body, the ethereal body had already decided when I get here, I'm going to meet with this person and these play out this scenario, right? It's really interesting to get into soul contracts and patterns and the Akashic records. It gets pretty deep because, as you should, I'm so sorry you had that experience with him. But you know, the saying goes, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So you probably can see things a lot clearer now. You can see things a lot clearer now. You can also pinpoint red flags. You can pinpoint signs a lot better because you've been through an experience that was traumatic and that allowed you to see a side of someone that you didn't think was possible. Yeah, a leap of faith. A leap of faith. So now you're going to be taking a leap of faith. Yes, new connections. Taking a leap of faith and going towards something that actually makes you happy. And maybe giving someone else a chance who actually wants to treat you the right way, you know? Yeah, understanding. This relationship allowed you to see how important it is for you to understand someone on a deeper level than just superficial or surface level. It's important to know where they've been, what they've gone through, and where they're going. All 3 points matter because where you started out, how you were raised, shapes you into the adult that you become. It affects your life's choices. And we talked about choices yesterday, remember? Everything's a choice. Good or bad, it's a choice. And me personally, I don't like to say good or bad. I like to say more like positive or negative because positive or negative because sometimes bad choices are necessary. If that makes sense. Sometimes you have to make a bad choice to learn a lesson, but you learn from it. You know what I mean? Like you tell the child, don't touch the hot stove, and they touch it anyway. It's a negative behavior because they're disobedient and they're not listening to you. So the consequence of that disobedient behavior is them burning their finger, but they don't die from it, but they learn the lesson. They won't touch that hot stove again. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. Understanding. Let's see. Twin flame. Twin flame. And anybody that knows me knows I really don't like using these labels, but in your situation, I feel like this person was a twin flame. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you're getting like medical attention to rectify that situation. Like you're seeing a nutritionist or a doctor, somebody who can help you get back on track to take care of that. We have denial. And we have offer. And I also have wishful affirmation. Yeah. So here's the thing. They do exist. Twin flames do exist, but they're not as common as a lot of people think they are. It's very rare that somebody will meet a twin flame in their lifetime. And when you do meet them, they come into your life for the sole purpose, the Akashic records, of teaching you how to love yourself more than anything, because you learn from that experience that you cannot put all of your stock into another human being because humans are flawed and they will fail you every single time. You never put all of your eggs into one basket for a human being because it's not conducive. I don't care how much you love that person. You don't put all of your eggs in one basket. What we tend to do a lot of times in this physical realm, when we're in relationships with people, friendships are included. We tend to put a lot of emotional baggage and burden on another person to make us happy or to bring us peace. And that's not that's not their soul's purpose. It's not. And so we learn through experience that happiness is an inside job that starts with you. If you're not happy with where you are and what's going on in your life, you have the power to change it. It starts with you. Yes, it humbles you. Going through traumatic and toxic situations definitely humbles you. I will be the first to raise my hand and say that I have experienced that. I have definitely experienced that. It humbles you because it's like, man, how could I have been so stupid? How could I have not seen the signs of this? What could I have done differently, right? Yeah, more grateful for even the smallest things. Also, too, when you've experienced a traumatic and harmful relationship and then you finally do meet someone who is genuinely a good person, they're not perfect, but they're a good person. You learn to appreciate good people because you know their heart is in the right place, and you can tell their heart is in the right place. Even if y'all may have some little disagreements or arguments here and there, they're not going to mistreat you. They're not going to harm you. They're not going to put their hands on you. They're not going to put you in a situation to where you don't have food or you don't have a place to stay. They're going to make sure you're good, just like they're going to take care of themselves and make sure they're good. So you learn to appreciate people who genuinely have good intentions for you because of your experience with dealing with someone who didn't have your best interest at heart, who didn't care whether you ate your next meal, who didn't care if you had a place to stay. So going through those lessons, it's hard. Right. Yeah. Going through those lessons when we're going through it is difficult. But once we get on the other side of it, it's like you're super grateful for a good person. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Just like, yeah, you and your siblings, we can disagree all day long, but at the end of the day, you love your siblings. You know what I mean? I'm the same way. I have 2 sisters on my mom's side. So yeah, we may disagree with each other on some things, but we love each other at the end of the day. You know what I mean? That's the same thing with my bestie. Like, we may not always agree exactly on the same thing, but I love her down real bad because at the end of the day, I know she's going to show up for me and I'm going to show up for her. Right, exactly. And a lot of people, that's a trauma response as well. Like, always running away as soon as something goes bad. If your first instinct is to go hiding and tuck tail and run, that means you have very low conflict resolution skills, piss poor emotional management, and you need to work that out. You need to learn how to regulate your nervous system. Because if it's a good person, exactly. If it's a good person, just because y'all have a disagreement or you have a misunderstanding, that doesn't mean that you break up with a person or you leave or you decide to go somewhere else. You have to learn how to be a good communicator, understand where that person is coming from, and learn to talk things out. Hi, Yvette. Welcome back, love. Hi, Prudence. Welcome to my channel. Hey, everybody, if you're hopping in, please feel free to subscribe and thumbs up the live stream. Yes, if you're able to donate, all donations are welcome. It's appreciated. I do have Super Chat, and I also do have Cash App and PayPal, you guys. So thank you guys so much for all of the love. But yes, Millie, as we were just discussing, like, always jumping to leave a situation when you could actually talk to your person about it, if it makes you uncomfortable, is a better way to resolve it. Like, and that's something I personally have learned in my current relationship with my fiance, because in the past, I would be a leaver. I would just leave. Yeah, you'll get through this. You'll get through it. I would just leave because I didn't want to talk about it. Communication is definitely key. I didn't want to talk about it. My patience was very thin. I didn't have time for nonsense. And I was like, I'm not going to keep telling, and you shouldn't have to. Also, you shouldn't have to keep telling a grown person the same thing over and over again. Same thing with friendships. If you keep reaching out to a friend and they're not reaching back out to you, okay, cool. I'm going to pull back now because I'm not going to teach you how to treat me as a person. You want to be respected. I want to be respected. We're both grown here. But even more so in intimate relationships, romantic relationships where you're dealing with a man or a man is dealing with a woman, whichever way it goes, you shouldn't have to keep telling a grown adult person, okay, I've been calling you, you're not answering, you don't call back, you don't respond. Communication is critical. It is very critical. Also, we are not mind readers. So if you have a problem with me, if Yvette has a problem with me, and she hasn't come to me and told me what that problem is, I don't know that there's a problem. Exactly. I don't know that there's a problem. So you have to open your mouth and you have to say, hey, the way that you spoke to me the other day, it really bothered me because I felt disrespected. Do you see how I communicated that? And I wasn't mean about it. I wasn't aggressive. I'm just letting you know, hey, the way that you spoke to me the other day, I felt really disrespected because you said XYZ. And it made me feel like XYZ. See, I'm communicating. Now you know there's an issue. And then now, because I've explained and expressed what I was feeling, now Yvette can say, oh, Jackie, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, or I didn't mean it in that type of way. I apologize. I'll be more mindful of how I say things or what I'm saying. Exactly. Communication is key. Right. You have to speak up. Closed mouths don't get fed. That's what we say over here. Closed mouths don't get fed. It's the same thing for people who are actively dating. Like I had somebody in here earlier asking me, oh, when am I going to meet my person? Da, 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 da. When you get up and you decide to go out and meet your person, if you want them, go get them. You're grown. No one's going to just walk up, hey, I'm available. No, you have to put yourself in a position to meet somebody that's worth dating. And then you have to say, okay, I agree to dating this person. Let's see where this goes. Closed mouths don't get fed. If you're attracted to somebody, you find them attractive, you go up to them, you strike up a conversation, you start to talk, maybe exchange phone numbers. Depending on the setting where you are, you may be in a club, you may be in a public setting. You have to choose your battles and you have to be smooth about how you do it. But if you want something, you have to go get it. People are not going to just hand it out to you. You know what I mean? So communication is very critical. Now, me personally, in my past, I was a leaver. Baby, I was a leaver. I would run from a situation in a heartbeat if I felt like I wasn't getting what I wanted. If I was not getting the response that I wanted, I would ghost. I would leave. I would be done with the situation. I'm a lot better. And I realized that was a toxic trait of myself. And I changed that toxic trait. Now, currently, I communicate when I have an issue. I communicate when I have an issue. Now, there are times when it's fine for you not to communicate, especially when you know that you and another person are involved in a situation and that other person is very aware of their behavior and how they're treating you. And you know that if you say something to this person, they're just going to deflect, they're going to give you excuses, and they're going to be in denial and delusion about their behavior. There's no point in wasting time trying to have a heart-to-heart conversation with them because they're going to try to find a way to make themselves the victim in that situation. There's no point. Might as well just go ghost and pull back. Let them figure it out. But in current situations where you're dealing with somebody face-to-face every day, and you see this person every day, this is your significant other, you have a problem with something they've said or done, you got to let them know. And you have to be mindful of how you say things, because sometimes it's not what you say, but how you say it. So if you don't communicate, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. Right. Some things are not fighting for. Some things are not worth, you know what I mean? Like, you see how somebody's treating you. There's no sense in trying to force something that doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, don't force it. Same thing with relationships. This person knows good and damn well that they haven't responded to you in days or weeks or months. And you see what I'm saying? So now you're at this this crossroads where you're just like, I don't know if I should keep this person's number. Probably not. You probably should just go ahead and block them. Just block them or ignore them. Just ignore them, because at this point, there's no point, right? Hey to everybody who's new to my channel. If you're wanting a reading, feel free to drop a pink heart down in the chat. Okay, drop a pink heart in the chat. Please subscribe to the channel. Please thumbs up, you guys. Thank you so much for hopping in. But yeah, some people are just not worth the energy. They're not worth, it's not that deep. It's not that serious. Like, either we're gonna be in a relationship or we're not. Nobody has time to reteach a grown adult how to treat another grown adult. It's common sense. If you tell me that you like me, right, and then you ask me for my phone number, I give it to you, and I'm waiting to hear from you, you're not that interested. You're not that interested, right? Or all of a sudden we have something in common, right? We supposedly have something in common, and you're like, oh, you know, let's talk a little bit more. I see that we have this thing in common. You're into makeup, I'm into makeup. Girl, let's be friends. Okay, cool, that's fine. But then you start seeing me posting and not saying anything. I'm commenting on your post, I'm liking your post, I'm engaging or whatever, or I'm messaging you about makeup products that I have, or that, you know, I'm taking the initiative, but it's not being reciprocated. I'm not going to keep telling you, you know, hey, I found it. I'm not going to keep sharing with you. Eventually, I'm going to pull my energy back, because it's a waste of time. Like, if you really wanted to befriend me, then you would have done it. You would have made that effort. You know what I mean? Like, senseless. Yvette, you can go ahead and drop your question, love. Thank y'all for all the likes. Thank y'all so much for all the likes. Thank y'all for everybody who hopped in. Thank y'all for subscribing. Somebody said I should be a social worker. I couldn't do it. I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to do social work. I'm still considering, though. I'm still considering registering as an RBT. I'm still thinking about it, because I wanted to take a course in psychology, like an undergrad course. One of my course instructors, she was like, Jacqueline, you would be so great as a psychology major. And I'm just like, my sociology course. So, you know, a general, Yvette, yeah, you can get a general. I don't know. I might take a undergrad psychology course. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. All right, Spirit, general messages for Yvette. Hang on, y'all. I need to find my incense. Hi, Lioness. Welcome to my channel. Oh, y'all, look at this. This cute gift that my best friend Ashley got for me. It's super cute. She got it for me for Christmas. And I'm just going through my gift stuff. Going through my gift stuff. I have thought about counseling. I probably will finish. I have a coaching class course, and I might finish it for certification as a coach. But I probably won't do it too much. Super cute. Super cute. Super cute, y'all. I don't have my P.O. box back just yet. So, this is so cute. I don't have my P.O. box back just yet, y'all, but when I do, I'll let y'all know. I'll have an Amazon wish list, so if y'all wanted to send me stuff for my Amazon wish list, that's perfectly fine. You can. I'm gonna put it. If you're not following me on Instagram, you can. I'll put my wish list in there. So if y'all want to send gifts, this is so super cute. Y'all can. Now I have a lighter because I had to buy a lighter the other day to light my incense. And then she got me this cute little incense holder. Because my other one, she got me one, my favorite one, and it had broke, and I was so mad. I was so mad. This is an incense holder, so hang on. I usually always light incense when I start my readings, but I didn't today. Y'all, Amazon is so dramatic. The way that they package stuff, they're so dramatic. They really are. Look how so pretty. She got this for me. Now, but I'm trying to figure out how does this work? How does this work? I don't know. Oh, maybe this is for tall incense. Maybe it's not like for maybe this is not like for you know, like the little cones. Maybe this is for like sticks. Is what I'm thinking. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Resin, charcoal. What is Japanese incense? It says that I can put resin in here. It says I can put charcoal in here. But I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. We're going to see. I think I can put it inside of here and then like light it, I guess. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Okay. If I have like a stick, maybe if I have like a stick incense, I don't know. Never mind, I gotta figure that out. Okay, Yvette, let me do your general. And I still have my regular incense holder. Hang on, y'all. Okay. I don't know if I can like stick this in there and then I don't know. I don't know if that'll do it. We're gonna see. We'll try it out and see. Okay. I'm gonna put my incense in here. Hopefully I turned this on correctly. I don't know. There we go. That's what's in there. Hey, Leandra. Yeah, I was on yesterday too. I surely was. I was on yesterday too. Okay, there it goes. It's working. Yay. All right. Hey everybody, if you are hopping in, please subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that little notification bell in the top right hand corner of your screen. And then don't forget to subscribe, you guys. Thank you so much for all the love. Thank you for all the likes and everything. Okay. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups, Yvette. 10 of Cups. Yeah. It's super cute. I love it. 10 of Cups. 10 of Emotions. So Spirit's like saying wish fulfillment. Wish fulfillment. It is. One of my close best friends got this for me for Christmas, and I'm just now opening it because I had so many gifts from work, from my coworkers and stuff. And then another one of my close friends, she bought me something, and I was like, I have a whole bunch of gift bags downstairs that I have not gone through. 6 of Wands, success. I love this for you, Yvette, because this is such good news, like for this year in 2026. Okay. So this is the 10 of Cups is great. 10 of Cups, and then the 6 of Wands is like being recognized, like kind of being in the spotlight type of energy. Getting all of the things that you have set your mind to get. And putting yourself in a position, because you put yourself in a position, you're going to receive those things. You're going to have a lot of blessings, a lot of joy this year coming in because you're putting in the work. You're doing the work. And that's the biggest thing, doing the work. 9 of Cups, in a situation to where you're going to be comfortable. Hard work pays off. And this is what I tell people. Like, so if you are in a class or you've gone back to school, you are trying to, up your career, you have to make sacrifices. You're not going to be able to play during that time. It's all work, no play, all gas, no brakes, baby. But when the time for play comes, because you've done the work, you will be able to reap the reward because you put in the work, right? It goes for anything. If you're putting in the work now to eat healthier, to drink more water, to cut your carbs and calories, you're physically active, you're getting in your 10K steps a day or whatever, you're going to drop weight. You're going to lose the weight, but you're going to do it slowly. You may build muscle, but you're going to see the results 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the road. It's not always immediate. Progress is not always immediate, and that's the problem. Oh, that would be awesome. You should do it. You should definitely do it. You should definitely do it. I'm telling you, it is worth it. It is definitely worth it. You will be so proud of yourself just for your own personal accomplishment because you know that you took the time, the energy, and the effort to actually do that and to see it through. So, 9 of Emotion, putting yourself in a position to be comfortable in life, having luxury experiences, being able to travel and to do the things that you want to do because you put in the work. A lot of people are not willing to give up their day-to-day little vices for a long-term reward. Oh, I want to go to the club every weekend and blow $200, $300, $400. For what? For what? Drinking and smoking and food and wings at the strip club? Baby, you can have wings once you finish that degree. You can have wings every day for 6 years if you want to, because you'll be in a better tax bracket. You'll be receiving a higher income. But because you're not willing to sacrifice and you're not willing to do what it takes to get there, now you're living paycheck to paycheck. See what I'm saying? People don't like to do what it takes, the discipline that it requires, the consistency that it requires to show up and see something through now. You're not going to be able to run off and play and take trips and go on cruises and all that right now. Right now is the time for you to study. Right now is the time for you to put in the effort to do the things that you need to do. And then later you can travel to France, right? You can stay in London for a couple weeks. You can do what you want to do because you've put in that work. You've put in the time. You got the credentials. Let's go. But if you're only focused on here and now, You're not thinking of the bigger picture. But Spirit says you're going to be in a position this year to where it's going to be a positive situation, a comfortable situation, receiving recognition, achieving success. Those are all great things, wonderful things. Yeah, the hermit mode. This period of your life, Yvette, is a hermit mode type of thing where you're going to have to cut out external noise. We have awakening here. Love this card. Awakening. Realizing that not everything deserves a response. Not everybody deserves a response or a reaction. The hermit is going within. Yes. The hermit is I'm so glad I can motivate you to go back to school. Great. I hope I can motivate more people to go and do it. Does it get hard? Yes. But can you do it? Also, yes. Can you do it? Yes. Okay. Whew. So let me tell you a little thing. So I'm going into my 3rd year of college. This is 2026 is my 3rd year of college, right? So this is my freshman, sophomore, junior. This is my junior year. Projected graduation is May of 2027, right? It has been, the past few courses have been very challenging. But guess what? I spent almost 4 hours the other night, Friday night, working on my assignment. I turned it in. They told me this morning I passed. So then my course instructor, she emails me yesterday. I didn't see it until today. She emails me and she's like, Jacqueline, can you start on the next task? So there's 2 tasks in this course, which is business communication. And I'm like, sure thing. Why not? And she's like, I'll give you step by step. She's like, you can schedule an appointment with me. I'll give you a demo. That way we can set up a goal to get it done in the next week. And I'm like, okay, bet, fine. Because we want to get it done. We want to get it done. Yeah, we want to get it done. And I had struggled because I didn't pass my exam for physical science. So I have to go back and retake that exam. I have a little bit more studying to do. But I also had a call with that instructor Friday. And she told me what I needed to do. And she's like, take this, go ahead and go over the course material. She's like, when you're done going over the suggested course material, take this quiz, call me, and then we'll see if you're ready to go ahead and take your exam. And I was like, okay, bet. So it's not easy. None of it's never easy, but you can do it. That is my point. You can do it. I can do it. We can do it. We just gotta, you can do it. Put your back into it. You just gotta put your all into doing it. Once you get it done, you ain't gotta worry about it no more. It's a done deal. But Spirit has the Hermit card here. I love this Hermit card in the middle of the desert. It's hot. It's hot. You're reflecting. You're reflecting on what needs to be done. You're reflecting on what didn't work so that you can figure out what does going forward. Love that. Love that for you. Awakening. Yes. Realizing that some things don't deserve your attention or your time. The things that do and the things that matter to you, like going back to school, that's where you need to put your time, energy, and focus. Not on any other types of foolishness, not on any other types of nonsense. That's what Spirit wants you to know in general. So this is going to be a good year for you. A great year. Y'all, who's still here? I feel like I missed somebody. I feel like I missed somebody. Did I miss somebody? You see. Yeah, drop a heart, you guys. Drop a pink heart in the chat if you want a reading. You're welcome, love. Thank you for hopping in. The funny thing is I have the Queen of Inspiration, which is the Queen of Wands here on the bottom of the deck. Love it. I love it. You inspire people, Yvette, that you would never even think, but you inspire them. Just know that much. Blesston, are you here? Leandra, are y'all here? So y'all, I've been, for the past 2 weeks, beautiful cards. I love this deck. This is one of my favorite decks. It's just very colorful, very vibrant. I've been juggling between 2 courses, but we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done one way or another. You're welcome. And people who follow me on Instagram, they don't see me a whole lot. I don't be posting on there too much. I used to post on my Instagram account all the time, but here lately, I just don't have the time. I literally just don't have the time because I have a lot of work to do. I have studying to do, and then I have other responsibilities at home, and I just don't be having time. Let's see. Leandra, are you still here? Blessed One, are you still here? Blessed One, did she hop out? Is there anybody else in the chat that I missed that wanted a reading and didn't get one? Y'all, because I'm about to wrap this up. Yeah, it's been an hour and a half, so I'm about to wrap this up. If nobody else is here in the live stream that wanted a reading. So I need to go take some burgers out of the freezer so that man can eat. Blessed One and Leandra, are y'all still here? Is there anybody in here that wanted a reading that didn't get a reading that I missed? Just checking in, y'all. I'm just checking in. About to wrap this up. They best to come on. They best come on. If you're new here, thank you so much for hopping in. Please thumbs up the live stream, you guys. If you feel called to subscribe, please do. It is very much appreciated. Thank you guys so much. Donations are priority, but if you like a free reading, just drop a pink heart and I will do it, get to it as I get to it. Yeah, but I'm trying to wrap this up so I'm not here for a long period of time, which I've already spent an hour and a half and counting. So an hour and 38 minutes, 15 seconds. Which this is good. This is really great. And I do my lives in the mornings. I usually try to do my live streams like 10 in the morning is a good time for me because the weekend is the only time that I get to sleep in because every other day I'm up at 5 in the morning. Trying to get my workout in, coming back, showering, getting dressed for work, and then I'm gone until almost 4:30 in the evening. So then when I get home, I have schoolwork to do, I have assignments, I have household chores to do, I may have grocery shopping to do, take a bath, take a shower, wash dishes, go to bed. See how that goes? Like all of your time is spent doing this and doing that. So I try to get in where I can get in. And I tell the people on Instagram, if you're wanting to see readings, you're just going to have to follow me on YouTube because that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. That's where my activity is. Thank you, Yvette. Same to you. Thank y'all to everybody who hopped in. I don't see anybody else here that wanted a reading, so we're gonna wrap this up and I will see you guys again. I am gonna try to post some collective readings through the week. We'll see how that goes, but as far as a live stream and readings, I'll be back again Saturday morning, probably between 9 and 10 in the morning. So I'll post in my community tab. If you're not following me, subscribe to the channel so you can see, and hit those notifications, because you won't see the post in my community tab if you're not subscribed to my channel. That's very important. If you don't subscribe and you don't hit that notification, you won't see it. So I plan to let y'all know what time. By Thursday, I will let y'all know what time. Love y'all and have a great afternoon.